Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I wanted to come live and tell you about this good news about the case that Rae Andreacchio had against Critical K, because yesterday there was a judgment in favor of the plaintiff, Rae Andreacchio, and it is a precedent that's been set regarding defamation, slander, and you're going to even hear about autopsy photos and stuff on the internet for victims' families of violent crimes. So let's take a look at this case. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you may not be. We'll read through it and then talk about it. So let me just get to the live chat so I can see. And I'm going to put live chat. Okay, here we go. So this is Rae Andreacchio, plaintiff, versus Karen Yax. Karen Yax is Critical K, defendant. The matter is before the court to determine an appropriate amount of damages on plaintiff Rae Andreacchio's tort claims against defendant Karen Yax. The factual allegations are set forth in the well-pleaded complaint and need not be recited at length. See docket number 57, order granting default judgment. They are taken as true for present purposes. The short version in this: on her internet webcast, Yax accused Andreacchio, a healthcare provider, of committing bribery and contributing to the untimely deaths of Andreacchio's son and one of Andreacchio's patients. These statements, false, defamatory, unprivileged, actionable, and highly offensive, meet the standards set forth in Mississippi law for defamation, specifically slander and false, light invasion of privacy. And then they put a case here defining defamation, and they say each statement also was made with actual malice, that is, with knowledge that it, hang on, let me get the second page. That it was false or reckless, or with reckless disregard of whether it was false or not, while entertaining subjective doubt as the truth of the statement. The court held an evidentiary hearing on damages on May 25, 2023. Andreacchio testified under oath about the harm Yax's false statements caused her. She confirmed, for jurisdictional purposes, the relationship those statements had with the state of Mississippi. Andreacchio then provided, as a point of reference, a decision by Judge Sampson awarding $75,000 to a victim of defamation. Let me put the case there. Yax did not appear at the hearing despite the court's express invitation. Because this case is proceeding in diversity, the applicable substantive law is that of the forum state, Mississippi. State law is determined by looking to the decisions of the state's highest court. In Mississippi, compensatory damages are such damages as will compensate the injured party for the injury sustained and nothing more, such as will simply make good or replace the loss caused by the wrong or injury. Damages for emotional distress alleged in connection with intentional, tortuous conduct may be recovered, even when the plaintiff has experienced no physical injury. The standard considers whether the defendant's behavior is malicious, intentional, willful, wanton, grossly careless, indifferent, or reckless. In those cases where mental or emotional stress is foreseeable result of the conduct of the defendant, a court can assess damages for mental and emotional distress. Get the next page. Because Yax's statements imputed the guilt or commission of some criminal offense involving moral turpitude at infamous punishment and imputed a want of integrity or capacity, whether mental or pecuniary, in the conduct of a profession, trade, or business, they were actionable per se and need no special harm. The Speed Court, for example, noted that being called a thief can be actionable per se because the crime is a significant criminal act. It pointed to Valley Dry Goods versus Buford, in which a Mississippi jury awarded a cashier $5,000 for slander after her manager falsely accused her of stealing $100. To place those sums in context, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says that $5,000 in 1917 has the same buying power of $130,388.46 today. $100 was then equivalent to $2,607.77. In this case, Andreacchio testified about the emotional distress that Yax's statements caused. For a parent to be accused of contributing to their child's death is its own kind of pain. Having that broadcast to thousands of people amplifies that pain. Knowing that tens of thousands of people had watched Yax's false statements, Andreacchio said, makes you very paranoid. It makes you feel very uncomfortable in public. And this is her quote. You don't know who's listening and who's believing what she's saying. You know, or who knows that what she's saying is crazy. And so you do become very isolated and you don't go out to eat. You don't go do things that you normally did because you don't really know where everybody stands that's around you. The court heard testimony about how Yax profited from her false statements. Perhaps the worst part, Andreacchio said, is that Yax offered to share Andreaccio's son's autopsy photos with strangers on the internet, which caused probably the most upset, just knowing that people had, his pictures where he's naked and he's cut open and all of that. Does that sound familiar? Andreacchio explained at length the effects Yax's statements had on her life and in her community. After the webcasts, people filed complaints about Andreacchio with the Mississippi Board of Nursing, which opened an investigation and found nothing. People called Andreaccio's employer. They accused her of embezzlement via complaints filed with the Mississippi Secretary of State, which commenced its own investigation and again found nothing. For a sense of how baseless these allegations were, listeners even accused Andreacchio of overprescribing opiates, a class of drug that Andreacchio does not prescribe. The court finds Andreaccio's testimony compelling. The mental and emotional toll Yax's false statements have taken on Andreacchio was obvious at the hearing. Being accused of bribing witnesses is one thing. Being accused of contributing to your child's own death is another altogether. Yax's false statements caused real harm and warrant damages. The above-cited cases on Mississippi emotional distress awards reveal a range of compensatory damages granted in a range of factual situations. The court also reviewed the Mississippi Supreme Court decision in Stewart versus Gulfguar Life Insurance Company, which reinstated a jury verdict of $500,000 in compensatory damages for severe emotional distress caused by the denial of an insurance claim. The calculation of damages cannot be reduced to a mathematical formula. Plaintiffs, like defendants at a criminal sentencing hearing, are individuals and must be treated as such. After considering all of the circumstances, okay, let me grab the next page. Hang on. Hold on a minute. Okay. For that matter, no sum of money can truly make a harmed person whole. Finders of fact are nevertheless obliged to determine a dollar amount to approximate that goal. and the relevant cases illustrate ranges from which reasonable damages awards can be discerned. In this case, the court believes that the evidence supports an award of compensatory damages between those identified in Buford and Stewart. It assesses compensatory damages at $325,000. The next issue is punitive damages. This court has been mindful of case law, indicating that Mississippi fact finders err when they are influenced by egregious, outrageous, and obviously intentional nature of the defendant's conduct to award compensatory damages that were penal in nature. Punitive damages, rather, are the means by which a defendant may be punished for the egregious or outrageous nature of his conduct and deterred from conducting himself in a similar manner in the future. They may be awarded only when a plaintiff proves by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant acted with actual malice, gross negligence, which evidences a willful, wanton, or reckless disregard for the safety of others, or committed actual fraud. They are the exception rather than the rule. Hang on. The egregious nature of Yax's false statements warrants punitive damages. Yax's outrageous accusation that Andreacchio contributed to her child's death likely meets the definition of malice, but at a minimum warrants punitive damages because it was made with reckless disregard for the rights of others. The court sets punitive damages at $165,000. The last issue is attorney fees. Counsel seeks $11,000 in reasonable attorney fees, which he calculated by taking his hourly rate and multiplying it by the number of hours he conservatively expended on the case. The court finds that sum justified by counsel's evidentiary, predicate, and Mississippi law. For these reasons, a default judgment shall issue this day. It shall be comprised of $325,000 in compensatory damages, $165,000 in punitive damages, and $11,000 in reasonable attorney fees, with interest to run on the total at this applicable federal rate. So ordered this, the 20th day of July, 2023, by Carlton W. Reeves, United States District Judge. So, I don't know if you guys know what that means, but Rae Andreacchio was just terrorized by Critical K, who Critical K credits herself with being like a shock jock, and she's always just going and saying the most outrageous things and not caring about anything she says or the effects it has or if it's truthful. It's just horrendous, just to hurt people. And that's kind of been the way it is around YouTube. Sorry, it is. She did many similar things to the Rusak family. She even distributed naked pictures, of Frankie. It is horrendous what they think they can get away with. And so this sets a precedent for all of those like Hell to the No, Natasha Cooper, that they can go now, and that girl with the autopsy pictures, Cooper with the autopsy pictures, people that think they can go on and make slanderous things like calling my husband a pedophile, saying my husband ard kids, and this is a huge precedent. But I've been told how my son died, okay? I've been told I should have been a better mother. My son would still be here. I've been told the most horrendous things by these people. This is what they do. So I am very happy that this is the first of many judgments. So let them keep up their slander and think that nothing can happen to them. Let's see how smart they are. Let them keep up those videos of my son that I heard that Diane and Wendy don't know about. Well, your lack of research is deplorable. Okay? Because all you have to do is go on that channel. All you have to do is listen to one of my videos where you see the screenshots of those people that were with them that were appalled at what they did. Sickening stuff. But a victory today. Yesterday. But this lesson needs to teach everyone freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences of what you say. Exactly, Shanna, exactly. Oh, I've been told that and so much worse, and I have it in writing from these people who went from chat to chat writing. Oh my gosh. All of this. So this is a good thing. Good on the court, exactly. This is the precedent that was needed. This is a great victory for anyone who is going through something like that, victims of violent crimes. It's just, it's a long time coming. It is a long time coming, a great victory. Hi, Teresa W. Linda, everybody here. Let's see. So I just wanted to make sure we had that down because I don't know if everybody heard this, and I did mention it last night, and wanted to. Hi, Wild Child. Julie W. Meredith, everybody. Absolutely disgusting to do that to anyone, let alone a grieving mother, lowest of the low. I'm absolutely loving this. Yeah, this is a great victory. It's just a great example of everything that they've done to so many people, to the Ruseks, to Gannon's family, with those autopsy pictures and with what Cooper has said about the parents. She should be shaking in her, I don't know what the heck she wears because you never see her feet, you never see it. But anyway, she should be because of what she said about Landon and Al. I hope that they take her to court because she said exactly what was said here. She said that Landon and Al, contributed to their son's death or the reason their son died or something. I am paraphrasing now, but it's in videos. You can listen to it. It's horrible. And then sold the autopsy pictures, sold them. Natasha Cooper needs to be, I really hope that Gannon's parents sue her. Yes, these truths often go too far. I've wondered who could be watching. Well, yep. Oh, really? Whispers in the dark? See, Whispers in the dark, I know where you came from. And it's not about looking up a Facebook page that's public. That's not what this is about at all, but leave it to you to come in here and say that. It's about someone you worship. Natasha Cooper does. And Randy and Wendy, when they go on and they lie about people, that's what it's about. It's about victims of violent crimes and their family. That's what it's about. Whispers. It's accusing people of contributing to the death of their child, posting autopsy pictures. It's about people funding the channels that do that to people. That's what it's about, Whispers in the Dark. Okay? And the people that believe that stuff and the damage it causes the people. But thanks for coming in, Whispers in the Dark, trying to get your friends off the hook. The court is what judged them, not your silly deflection. So have fun, Whispers in the Dark. Hi, Gianna Marie. They are saying sticks and stones, but names are never heard. Total BS. It is, absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Christina Ferrara. Hi, Sunkissed. So, what's going on? She's being, Linda, she's being sarcastic. She's being sarcastic. Sassy's being sarcastic, saying it's not Cooper's fault, it's your fault, Carolyn, because that's what she said, Linda. She said that she posted the autopsy pictures, it was all my fault, okay, because she doesn't take responsibility for anything and she's looking to blame it. But you know what? A judge doesn't care. She can say all that crap, they'll shut her right down. The facts are the facts. She sold a baby's autopsy pictures. She's being sarcastic. And everybody say hi because they're all watching. So this will hopefully be the first of many cases against all of this unbelievable stuff these people put out there that's lies, it's malicious, it's to hurt people. No one to blame but herself, right, Meredith? These people have no one to blame but themselves. You mean about, yeah, I've seen the petitions going around. I know, Christine, she's just looking for, they gaslight people. That's what they do. They gaslight them. And they say, oh, yes, this person's to blame, that person's to blame. They're never to blame. She won't even apologize. She instead doubled down and blamed the parents for their son's death. It's sickening. Very sickening stuff. Okay, yeah, you email it now. I'll drop a link for the petition. Hi, Teresa. This is quite a victory. I'm just getting here and I have to catch up. I'm gathering that malicious lying will have legal consequences. Absolutely, Teresa. Yes, even the implication that somebody is a thief, even the implication that presents. So if they say, oh, so-and-so took people into a red barn and implicates that person for SA, yes, that's actionable. Yes. Because of what it makes that person, it's malicious, it's to malign that person, and then it affects that person's life and what people think of that person based on nothing but somebody lying. Thank you, Christine Ferrara, for this super sticker. Hi, Allie Cattails. So, very good victory and first of many, absolutely. You sent it? Okay, let me check. Okay, so this is a change.org petition. It almost has 1,000 signatures on it, so about Gannon's autopsy picture. So I'll drop the link in the chat. And there we go. Whispers in the dark. It's because we can see through what you're doing. Okay, you're not being very subtle, and you haven't been very subtle, and your intentions are very obvious. And we're not brainless on this channel. I mean, other channels where you may go, there is a groupthink, there is a brainwashing effect. Doesn't happen here. We all have brains. We think for ourselves, and we can all see through what you're doing. I think this sends out a message. People are held accountable for their actions, for their words. Absolutely. Yes, Teresa says they are causing damage to people's lives and will be held accountable. Justice. Yeah. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Like Teresa, if they go and take everything down, yeah, that's a start. But everything is already out there and they will be held accountable for what they did. Some of them have done way worse than this. Okay, exactly. Look at Natasha Cooper. Look what she does to so many. She has so many that can sue her. But look at Gannon's family. She sold his pictures. Then she was sending them out for free. Then she went on, instead of apologizing, she blamed Landon and Al for what happened, and then accused them of horrible things that she has no basis to accuse them of. Josie Joe, you're not blocked. She has no legs to stand on, in this case, for what she did. But why would you pick something, Whispers in the Dark, that's not even in this suit? That's not even in this suit. It's really funny that you pick that instead of what Randy and Wendy do, or what Natasha Cooper does, or what Heather Schaefer under Held to the No does, or what all those people that say they are held to the no do under there. Because, even the comments are actionable. Or what Bitey Cat does. Why you're not making any sense, Whispers in the Dark, and again, you're treating us like we don't have a brain. No, that's not what's done to dig up info. What's done to dig up info is like what Bitey Cat does, what Heather Schaefer does when she calls Patreon for no reason, when she tweets out to my sponsors, when Natasha Cooper has her Jay and Scotty guy tweeting out to sponsors. That's the kind of stuff. Please, Whispers. Please. Whispers have been coming in with comments like that. Oh, yeah, I know. And they think we're stupid, Bridget, because they're used to being in those groupthink groups where the leader tells them how to think. Yeah, and they're not allowed to have their own mind, and they must follow suit or be gone. Mob bullying, exactly. That's why their chats are so hateful. And they allow their chats to be so hateful. Hi, Leslie Romani. How are you? Like the Manson girls? Well, you might not be far off. You might not be far off. They do think we're stupid and we don't see underhand comments. Our brains are used over here. I know, Bridget. They think they're like really subtle and really smooth coming in, right? They're not going to know that. They're going to think I'm really for them. I'm on be there. So that's what we have. Oh, and Tony Bennett passed away at 96, if you didn't hear that. Some find harassment sport fun. I find it sad. Yeah, and it's going to be actionable. And it's actionable now. They're going to be held accountable now. It's the Wild West days are coming to an end, and they're liable for what they've done. One is okay, Carolyn, sending lots of love. Lots of love back, Leslie. I did read your comments, Whisper. I read them loud and clear. Loud and clear. Okay. The creators are similar to an evil cult leaders, and their subs brainwashed. They are. They are 100% brainwashed. Gangster grannies in Heather's hell. They make sarcastic, off-topic comments and wonder why they're called out. Victim playing. Yep. Yeah, the problem is blaming someone for their child's death. The problem is lying about how someone's child died. Inflicting severe emotional distress by constantly saying things about someone's deceased child, selling autopsy pictures, all of that. Oh my gosh, blaming parents. There are many people who probably should be sweating and very uncomfortable right now with a ruling like this. Exactly. Accusing people of SA of children, of being pedophiles, all of that stuff. Calling water parks and pretending you're a customer there and lying about interactions you're having in order to cause havoc and wreak havoc in someone's life. Accusing them of being pedophiles. Yeah. All actionable. All actionable. So we all revel in this victory today for Rae Andreacchio. Rae Andreacchio, we're so happy for you. That you have some kind of restitution for the pain and suffering you've been put through. And I commend you for doing this for your beautiful son. Congratulations. And to the first of many justices being served. Okay? So let's rejoice in that today and get out there. I'm going to get out. I think I have to get my walk in before it rains right away. And it looks like it might be raining. I'm looking out the window now. Yeah, we're going to start seeing justice for a lot of people that have been wronged here. Absolutely. How can all the haters... They're like them. Water seeks its own level, Christine. So, absolutely. What? I can't talk about anybody else's cases, Crime Traveler. What they've done to you and your family is heartless and cruel. This will open the floodgates to accountability. I know, we're super excited. Janae Ann, they will throw people under the bus. I don't agree with what a certain creator used to do to Carolyn, but they are vicious to her and her friend. What is wrong is wrong. Absolutely. Glad these days are coming to an end. Many justices being served. Yes. It's a good day. It's already rained there, Christine. It poured, and now it's getting dark again. Oh, gosh. Hi, Kat. They need to tape their mouth shut and delete. And that's a good start, but they're still going to be accountable for what they've already done. That's the problem. They, oh my gosh. And still they double down, right? Still they double down. I'm not sorry. I'm going to keep going. Yeah. Whispers in the dark. See, I do know a lot about more about you than you think. We're not stupid over here. Okay, so we'll see you guys. Truly a monumental result. Let's go off and have a great day. Do something nice for yourself, even if it's just to spend a few minutes listening to music. Do relax a little bit, and take some time for yourself. A rumor is a social cancer. It's difficult to contain, and it rots the brains of the masses. However, the real danger is that many people find rumors enjoyable. Exactly, Shanna, exactly. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Thank you. God bless. Love you. Again, Tony Bennett passed away at 96. If you haven't heard, I'll see you soon, guys. Bye. Love you. God bless. I've got to get out of the stream here.